feet of K will do that.
No.
We'll do it with a super soaker.
He just cracked an egg on the head one time.
All right, Broncos versus Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, put that mouth guard in, protect those incisors because this one's going to get weird. He throws it to Tyreek, who goes up and drops it incomplete. But this is so strange. Watch the ball.
Right.
Goes off his face, careens down directly into his hands. It never touches the ground yet, called incomplete, and the Chiefs don't challenge. Even when A.J. Boye ripped it out, it still came back down and landed in Tyreek's hands.
It's like angels in the outfield.
It was, Nate.
It felt like they rushed the punt team out, too.
It was the fastest punt ever. There was 25 on the play clock when they punted. I don't know what they were doing. Also, don't know what they're doing in the red zone. The Chiefs could not score touchdowns last night for a long time. Broncos defense, sure. But we have first world problems maybe for the Chiefs? Sure. But Drew Lock is like, if you guys aren't going to score, I don't care who's injured, I'm going. I'm going to win this thing.
That was Kendall Hinton, the legend.
Kendall Hinton, the legend. You're absolutely. Why is he not down on the field?
Why is he in a suite? Is he part of ownership now?
He should be, Nate. He should be.
It's kind of messed up. Should have dressed him.
Tim Patrick. I like that Drew Lock was hearing the silent crowd in Arrowhead. Drew Lock. We love the swag and everything, but you need more wins first. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
You want the hand to the ear? You're not feeling that?
I can't. Listen, no fans, first of all.
The Broncos have lost 11 straight to the Chiefs.
11 straight. Okay, that's impressive. Fourth quarter, we root for the young guys, but, we want them to do well. 19-16 on a 3rd and 7. He's going to find Kelsey, who was magnificent again last night. Sidearm throw. You get it. He likes to catch up on it.
Cool play.
And then there's what Kay was talking about. In the middle of his interview, double-fisted water bottle on the end. That would be our Hall of Fame picture right now, except we used Kelsey massaging Andy Reid like 2 weeks ago. Can't all be Kelsey.
It can't all be Kelsey.
Patrick Mahomes wins again to get to 11-1 and a very pedestrian 318 yards and 1 touchdown. And then afterwards, he went to a grunge concert and talked about the game.
We're just battle tested. I mean, we've played in a lot of tight football games, and we have to find ways to win. Obviously, we didn't play the way we wanted to as far as in the red zone of executing and scoring touchdowns instead of field goals. But in this league, you have to find a way to win. Every single team is going to bring their best shot and going to have a chance to beat you. And as long as you come out to win in the end, it doesn't have to be pretty. And I thought the guys did a great job of battling today and finding a way.
Shout out to the grunge music scene in Seattle. All right, let's get to it. Browns, Titans. They come in at number 5 seed in the AFC playoff race, all right? Have not made the playoffs since 2002. And there is back in the end zone, little toe drag flag, Jarvis Landry. Okay, I need more clarification on that celebration because I don't know what it is. Derrick Henry, he's going to get hit. He's going to get stripped. Oh, baby. Sheldon Richardson strips it. It's recovered by Browns' Carl Joseph. The Titans' 21-yard line is where they would get this ball. It was a rough start for the Titans. The Browns were all over Derrick Henry early on in this game, and they wouldn't stop. On offense, they were just as physical. How about this trick play right here? Baker Mayfield, Endo Lamb, little trickeration, 1-yard TD. Take another look.
We got an O'Hara tweet.
A little soft throw. O'Hara, okay.
He caught a touchdown as a member of the Browns, a lineman.
Here we go. Tim counts. O'Hara, boom. Okay, O'Hara with the soft hands. I see you. Yeah. Sean, I know you're watching.
That's amazing.
Give our best to the fam. I didn't know you had hands.
Milk was a bad choice, Sean.
There it goes, baby.
So damn hot.
Pop culture references. Sean O'Hara, we love you. All right, Donovan Peoples-Jones. DPJ for the 75-yard TD. It was a beautiful stop and go route. Okay, Baker with the high knees. Next Browns drive, they keep it going. Who's he looking for? Rashad Higgins. Hollywood. They roll out the red carpet, and they roll out a butt-whooping. 4 pass TDs in the first half. That right there ties Otto Graham's record since the 1950s. That was a franchise record. All right, and then they just keep it going. How about this dude, Nick Chubb? We had a couple people say on the set yesterday that Nick Chubb reminds them a lot of Jim Brown. Woo, that is high praise. And he does run.
Where's all the Derrick Henry highlights?
Yeah. I know. There is no Derrick Henry highlights. The Browns, they go on to win this. Even though the score says 41-35, the Browns won this convincingly from the start. I want to hear from Baker Mayfield because he always has something interesting to say.
Just realizing what I'm capable of. I've always believed in myself. I'm not going to pay attention to the BS, just put my head down and work. The job's not finished yet, but playing confident and being who I am, not looking for any approval on the outside, is how I've always been the best at what I've done. And so that's how I need to do it. I can't let people change me because somebody did it different in the past.
Huge win for Baker Mayfield and company. Here's how the AFC breaks down after that W. Cleveland 9-3 for the first time since 1994 when Baker Mayfield was not even alive yet. and they're sitting in that 5 seed. If the playoffs start right now, it would be a rematch for the Titans in the playoffs.
Oh,
They'd
like
get
these.
another shot at the Browns. Yeah, huge road win.
Look at those 3 games.
Like it.
For
That's a fun
Cleveland.
graphic.
Yeah, that's 4 straight road wins for them, by the way. Can the Browns
would've thought?
compete with the big dogs, Kyle, in the AFC?
Dolphins Bills would be tasty
Yeah.
too. It's a great question and a great weekend for the Cleveland Browns. My weekend started really strange. On Friday, I was invited onto First Take on ESPN on behalf of the show. I'm introduced.
What is that? I don't know.
First Take. It is a talk show that has Max Kellerman and Molly
Okay.
Karam and Stephen A. Smith on ESPN.
Okay.
And they argue about sports stuff.
Never seen it. All right.
Different network, different time.
Okay.
But they introduce me and they say, Peter Schrager and Kay Adams and Nate Burrows, and good morning football. And then they accuse me of being a liar right to my face on the air because they said, do you believe in the Browns? Kind of like we are now. And I said, I believe that they got to prove that they have a big-time quarterback. And Stephen A. Smith, who is a guy who's been on ESPN for a long time, Philadelphia Inquirer, he said, I watch your show every morning. I love the show. I love the show. I love Kay. I love Peter. I love Nate. And you disrespect our show by coming in here and lying to our face that you don't know if Baker's a big-time quarterback. We already know he's not. And then Max would chime in and said, we all know he's not. He's nothing. And they get crazy on that show. They really go big. There seems to be a thing where they fight with each other, and some people think that they predetermined it. I don't. But they were screaming at me for being a liar because I thought just Baker has to prove that he's good. Well, Stephen A., he had 4 touchdowns in the first half.
Ow.
So if you want to give me some of those chocolate chip cookies you eat to when the Cowboys lose, I'll take 1 for each touchdown. 4 of them. Baker Mayfield, Kate, to answer your question, I consider the Titans one of the big dogs.
Okay.
I do. I think that they are playoff tested and gritty as
100%.
hell, and the Browns smacked the hell out of them. We got lineman touchdowns. We got everything. The only thing the Browns have really working against them, in my opinion, is a couple really ugly losses in the division. One was 3 months ago. One
Real
was 2
ugly.
months ago. They're 9-3. 9-3 for the Browns is 19-0 for the Packers or Seahawks. And 9-3 is 19-0. I believe.
You believe what? Hold on.
I believe they can hang with the big dogs. Yeah, I can believe they can win a couple playoff
Win
games.
a couple playoff
Yeah, I
games.
do.
Like, okay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Baker Mayfield was balling out, but I have to give credit to Kevin Stefanski. Phenomenal game plan. The way he came into this game, it wasn't what we expected. We knew that they could run the ball, but because everybody was expecting this strong run game, it seemed like they based their attack off of that. And some of these plays are impressive. It wasn't just the trick plays, it was also the play action. I mean, just check out. You got the handoff to Chubb. He flips it to Jarvis Landry. Jarvis takes a hit, and you get a toe drag swag on the sideline with Baker Mayfield. I'll see you tomorrow. But check this out. Listen,
Look at Baker, so casual.
Baker so casual.
looks
Watch
like
this.
CeeDee
Jarvis
Lamb
takes a
right here.
shot. Boom. See Jarvis just eats one.
I know.
So he can deliver that rock. And then we saw the trick play in the back of the end zone. Kendall Lamb, big fella, out there catches the rock. So for me, you go into this game, you're like, it's going to be hardcore running versus hardcore running. Kevin Stefanski, he knew exactly what the Titans were expecting, and he mixed it up. You talk about a mixed bag, you do that segment, Shakes, he dig deep into that mixed bag and had a great game plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
potpourri.
Hodgepodge.
First off, I'd like to address Kendrick Perkins, who I have beef with. He was on First Take the other day talking about James Harden, how he won't win the big
What?
one. James Harden was a Game 7 away from beating the Warriors. Okay,
Hey, Perkins be beefing.
I know. I don't want to mess with
Perk was on Friday, too. Ben Simmons, no mid-game, mid-range
I'm
jumper.
not messing with Perk, and I'm not messing with the Browns either.
Okay.
The Browns showed
Oh,
me something
boy.
yesterday. We hyped
like
up Henry versus Chubb and Hunt all week. Derrick Henry's face was on a milk carton yesterday.
Whoa.
Was
Baskin.
Was Derrick Henry in this
My
game?
God.
And he's big.
Here's early in the game. It's his first fumble on 307. He had 60 yards total yesterday, and a lot of it didn't matter when the game was actually in contention. The Browns defense was flying all over the field, and I had the Taki jersey.
Yeah.
On Taki was out there, yes, but it was everyone. And I got to give credit to Nate. You went to their offensive side of the ball. Their defensive coordinator, Joe Woods, was doing things I haven't seen any defensive
What's he
coordinator do to Derrick Henry. They bottled him up, but
Yep.
they also made Tannehill beat them in ways that Tannehill just couldn't. Look at
This is a
Henry.
great stat.
Over the last 2 years has been so good in December.
Such a
Brown said no.
crazy number.
And then let's introduce Joe Woods, because we're going to
Please.
talk a lot of offensive whiz kids as Joe Woods comes from the Robert Saleh and Shanahan tree there. He was the Broncos defensive coordinator for 2 years, and before that was with the Vikings, Raiders, and Broncos. He coached with Stefanski for 7 years. These guys know each other so well. And if you're going to stop Mahomes and you're going to stop Roethlisberger and Claypool and that gang,
Can they?
and you're going to, I think they can, because they could control the ball early with that run game, and their defense is really good. I know they lost those games early on, but I'm kind of in on the Browns.
He plays huge, this Woods guy. I'm glad that you introduced him because the defense is what kind of freaks me out a little bit. They have some big, they give up 35 points. I mean, in that
was
division.
all garbage time.
No, not yesterday. I'm talking about in the division, right? They lost against the Ravens and Steelers by a combined score of 73-13. Woods, hopefully Garrett being out there was huge. Stefanski saying, I know like he was obviously on COVID-19 reserve, but he's coming out there. I don't see an ounce less of energy out of him. All those things are going to play huge.
I'm asking you, can a team...
Is it an opportunistic defense?
Yeah, they were awesome yesterday.
Yeah.
My question is, like, what they did in September and October, I think we're still
So
not
long
to see,
ago.
right? But we have to see. They have to play the Steelers again. Yeah. They got to play the Ravens, right? Again.
So when you guys are in on them,
I am in
can
on
we
them.
play a little trust game here? For a little bit, I don't really need this. Oh, I guess we can look at the schedule.
Yeah,
okay,
that's huge.
they've got their. This is where I am. They have one of the big brothers next week. I want to believe in them, but if you slip up against a struggling Ravens team, we're going to be right back to where we were like in September. So I don't want to get there. I asked you guys, do you have more trust in them, Kyle? I'll give you a team here.
Okay.
Than the Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Way more trust.
You got the Cleveland Browns as an organization. They haven't been 9-3 in like 26 years.
everything.
They just don't do it.
Do you
This
trust
is
them more
different.
than the Buccaneers?
More than the Dolphins, and certainly a hell of a lot more than the Titans, who they just beat and were up by 6 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes. I mean, this is a huge day to like credit the Browns.
100%.
Yes, I do trust. I do trust.
Do we trust them more than the Vikings?
Yeah.
Separate conference, but absolutely. I mean, they've got 3 losses, and Derrick Henry is an MVP candidate.
Crazy.
Did nothing.
And he never
6 yards
fumbles.
is
Derrick Henry doesn't
crazy.
fumble.
Well, we love to see it. Browns 9-3. Enjoy it. Big one against the Ravens this next week. I'm just trying to give I want to know. I like getting the gauge of where you guys are after wins and losses.
They play the Ravens. I don't know who I'm taking in that game. I need to see the Ravens Tuesday night, but the Ravens and Steelers own
Well, who's
the Browns.
playing for the Ravens? Like, who's going to be out there? We don't even know.
I would expect you to say you have to see the Browns beat the Steelers or the Ravens for you to actually believe in them.
Perhaps. If they lay an egg against the Ravens, maybe I'll be like...
They're 9-3, man.
That was
They're awesome.
What the
They've
Titans just
earned
did
the
to
right to make a
Colts,
mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
They've earned
Let's
the
bring
right
in
to make
Ian
a mistake.
Rappaport. Ian, talking about that Tuesday night game. Thank you so much, Peter, for teeing that up. Will the Ravens have their MVP quarterback, Lamar Jackson, back in action?
Lamar Jackson's still on the COVID-19 reserve list for the last couple weeks since going on it on Thanksgiving night. My understanding is the team does, in fact, expect Lamar Jackson, the MVP and their starting quarterback, to be activated off the list and start on Tuesday. If you look at the timing of this situation, he actually, just based on the numbers, 10 days in all, was eligible to come off yesterday. Obviously, no transaction wire on Sunday, so potentially, I would say likely, we will see Lamar Jackson come off the COVID-19 list today. And there have been several Ravens starters who have come off the list recently. J.K. Dobbins activated, Mark Ingram activated, Calais Campbell, even with a calf injury, practiced yesterday, activated. The Ravens are doing a pretty good job of keeping everything under wraps just to make sure no one knows who actually is playing on Tuesday, but I would expect Lamar Jackson to be one of them.
Love that. And if he's back, he'll probably be out there for that Browns game. All I'm saying about the Browns is like they beat Piston Honda. Now they have to take on King Hippo. There's just another big brother, big layer to this, but they passed their test with flying colors. We'll see what the Ravens do against the Cowboys on Tuesday night. And then it is that divisional matchup to kick off week 14. Cowboys, Ravens, special football on a Tuesday night. It is prime time. It is bright lights, big stakes with the playoff pictures. The Ravens have their sights set on their return to the postseason. The Cowboys need a win to keep pace in the NFC East. The Giants look pretty good. We'll see what